Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 284 of Sonic Boom TV. It's probably been a little over 4 months since I've posted a video. Hasn't been a good 4 months, I can tell you that. Back in October, the company I was working for, we had a meeting, and basically they said that the company wasn't doing as well as expected, but everything would be okay. And then November 4th, they laid everybody off as far as the graphic designers go in the United States. I'm assuming they kept the people that are working in India. I don't know. I'm not supposed to talk about them, so I won't name them. I'm not supposed to talk about it, I should say, publicly. And I'm not going to say anything bad about them, but that's, what happened, and I was in a bad way. I had a little bit of a severance package they gave me that lasted me from November through December. I had some people help out and donate money that I didn't ask for. They just did it. They donated enough money for me to get through January. I had to cash out my 401k, which wasn't very much because I only had like 3 years or less into it. So that got me through February and March, and would have gotten me through most of April, I believe. But I had started to do DoorDash a couple weeks ago. I was severely depressed. Bad way. I thought I was losing everything because I don't know what I do with all this stuff and that I have around here and where I probably have somewhere to go, but I don't know. But anyway, so got through all of that, and then 4 months to the day on March 4th, a friend of mine had told me she works with this company. She kind of does like freelance kind of stuff, but they're a local company around here, and that she would send them my resume and stuff. And so I did. I gave that to her, and then, like I said, 4 months to the day, they said, they brought me in for an interview and hired me. And today was my first day. Today is Monday, the 9th, March 9th. So I started working there. The money will be better than what I was making before, so that's a hidden blessing. But I don't know, but the company, it's really strange the way it works. It was my first day. I don't know, maybe it'll get seem more normal later, but it really was kind of odd, some of the stuff that I was looking at today. But who knows? I'm not talking bad about them because I'm glad they gave me a job. And I'm gonna try my hardest to do what they need and see where it goes. But then, like I said, it was a little bit more money. So, all that being said, I have not had the energy or motivation to do any videos. All this time I did one thing with Dan from Off the Charts, a Motley Crue video that we did, where he made me talk bad about Motley Crue. I don't like to talk bad about a lot of people, but that episode he picked the 2 albums that I had to talk bad about. So we did that. If you go check him out, it's on Off the Charts. I don't remember what episode number it is, but you'll see it if there's a Motley Crue episode recently, and it might even have my picture on the thing with him, on the little display, whatever it is, the preview card or whatever they call it. I don't know. But anyway, so immediately once I got laid off, I had to cut things, which included my comic books that I would order every month. Had to cut that off completely. Cut off my Netflix. Cut off my my Disney Plus. I'm gonna get those back, all that back eventually. Maybe in a couple weeks. I got to see where the bills are right now. But and records were completely out for the most part, and it's kind of funny that I'm telling you that because I'm going to show you a lot of stuff today, but it was cut out. So that day that I got laid off, within 15 minutes of getting laid off, I hear the mailman outside my door delivering a box of records that I have not even listened to. Most of the stuff that I'm going to show, haven't touched it yet. There's maybe 2 or 3 things out of here that I've actually listened to, and so it's all still new, even though some of it is a couple months old around here. But I didn't really buy anything until I think it was the beginning of February. I bought one thing because I had no birthday presents, no Christmas presents, or nothing for myself. I just kind of missed everything, and so I wanted to buy something for myself. So I'm going to show, that'll be the first one I show. And then a few weeks ago, right when I was about to start DoorDash, I did my income tax, and I got my income tax money back quickly for some reason. So I went and I kind of splurged a little bit, but not expensively. So it's probably got about 30 things to show you guys today. So the sad part is all over, hopefully for a long time. I've got this new job. Like I said, it pays me better than I was making before. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully it just, the weirdness goes away, and it's maybe it's just first day jitters or something. I don't know, but I'm not quitting or anything like that. I will never do that without a job anyway, another job. But I just think it might have been a little nerves and stuff. But new job, so we're good. So that first thing that I bought was the new Megadeth album. This is a pretty cool album. It's oops, I can't see where I'm at here. I've got the weird stuff going. So I got the Target version with this one I've listened to a couple times. Only Target on Bloodlust. The exclusive track is Bloodlust, and it's the Blood Red vinyl. It's 2 LP. This is pretty cool, pretty interesting the way they did it. Dan from Off the Charts did a review of it, and he said something in that, and he talked to me too personally about the way they did the track listing. And there's several versions of this that have a bonus track. Not all versions have a bonus track, or a true bonus track, because every version of this has Ride the Lightning bonus. As far as I know, every version I've seen. But the last note is kind of the song that kind of should end everything for Megadeth, since it's supposed to be their last album. But then they included Ride the Lightning, and for me, that doesn't bother me so much, because the last note is kind of about Dave Mustaine and Metallica's problems, and him kind of losing out on that extra bit of fame that he's all, Dave Mustaine, how he's always complaining about something. But then Ride the Lightning is taking back the Metallica song, I feel like. So I feel like he's settling scores with himself and taking it back, what it was rightfully his, in the beginning. And then they put the Bloodlust song for this one at the very end. Now, Dan said they should have maybe put this somewhere up here, and I would agree on that last one to put it. They could have put it at the end or the beginning of the side C or whatever, but they didn't. So that's the one thing that I thought maybe could have been changed. But I really like the album. It's kind of an old school feel to it. Cool cover, and then this insert booklet with all the different artwork. I don't know how good we're going to be able to see. Really cool. The flip off finger picture. And these, my library had some of the songs for downloads, and these pictures were used as the like the single covers for those songs. I think they had 3 or 4 that they had as downloads, but before they had the I think they have the whole album now. Yeah, they do have the whole album, but they don't have the Target or any of the other bonus tracks. I think there's like 3 or 4 different bonus tracks that you could get besides Ride the Lightning. But a really cool Megadeth record. I want to show the records too. We've got these printed sleeves with the lyrics and stuff. Now this one has the lyrics for Bloodlust, which is the Target version. So I'm wondering that each version must have that must be different. Like if they have a different song, it must be the lyrics for them. You know, like I don't know if it was Walmart that had a version, but I think there's a Japanese version. The Bloody Vinyl. Whew. Yeah, both the records are the same. So that's a good one. Definitely a good way to go out. It's not their best album, but it's by far not their worst. You know, they've. I think it's probably upper mid level of albums for them. You know, I don't have all of them. I have most of them in some format or another. But enough for me to say that it's definitely on the top end. Then last week I bought this record from my buddy at Dead Broke Records. It's a band that I learned about through him. And I've only bought stuff by them from him, I think. But this is their first album. It's called Moving Targets, and it's white vinyl. This came out originally, I think, in recorded in January 1986. So it probably came out in '86. This is a new pressing though. This is not the original pressing, of course. I think I paid 20. He gave me a discount. I think it was 24 or 22. It was he gave me $2 off, so it was either 24 or 22. You know, so but I had wanted it and trying to get all their albums. I've got like 5 now. I think they have like 8 or 9, something like that. But it was put out by Tang, which is a punk rock label, sorta, kinda. They did like a lot of the early 80s and 90s kind of alternative punk bands like Lemonheads and stuff like that. And this band, I'm going to show you actually some of the stuff here because they sent me one of these posters. Now I do have an original one of these posters in one of the records I think I got from them, and it's the History of Tang, and it's just got all these bands on it. And then on the back side of it, it's got that. But you know, Slapshot, Negative Effects, Kill Slug. Just trying to read the ones I can easily read. Sloppy Seconds, Spore. I almost bought that, but I said no, I'm gonna wait because he showed it the other day and he was playing it and I was kind of liking it. Buck-O-Nine, The Business, Dropkick Murphys and The Business together, like a split. Gangrene was on Tang. Slaughter and the Dogs. I don't know if I said Slapshot. Yeah, I did say Slapshot. You know, these old school kind of punk bands. These are Poison Idea, and a lot of these were their early albums before they got signed to a major label or something like that. You know, but good label. I have not a whole lot of stuff, but I have enough. And I didn't know this was going to be in there. This Moving Targets poster with the lyrics on the other side. Photo. So that's pretty cool. This is kind of like an alternative rock band, sort of. Not really. not a heavy punk band. They're punk, but not a heavy punk band. At least the records I have so far by them are not. So that's a good one. That came from Dead Broke. It's the only thing I got from him right now. When I found out I got the job, first thing I do, I head to Euclid Records. I was so excited that I had a job coming, and I was going to be able to pay my rent and all that good stuff for the next hopefully years, many years to come. So I ran over there and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to get, but I'm gonna spend under $100. And I definitely went under 100. They gave me some kind of discount too. I didn't even know what it was. I just heard the guy yell, "Hey, give him a discount!" when I was at the counter. He knew I was just getting back to work and everything too, so maybe that's why he did it. I don't know. But first thing I saw that I wanted was a band from New Orleans called Dash Rip Rock. A song in Everyone. Now, this is the first thing I have on vinyl by them. I have a bunch of CDs by them. Not a whole lot, but I didn't realize they had as many albums as they do. They probably have almost 20 albums. But I've probably got 9 or so on CD and this. But they're kind of like a they call it cowpunk. I think they invented that term. They had it's like kind of countrified punk, alternative rock. You will remember them from the 90s. They did a song called "Let's Go Smoke Some Pot," and it was the music was "Let's Go to the Hop," but they changed the lyrics and it was funny, and there's a video for it. So that's the song you would know by them if you're not from around here. But their early albums are such great albums. They're funny. They're there's just really good stuff. And I saw this, and it was 1999. I saw this and I was like, oh man, I really want to get this, and I couldn't believe the price was only $19.99. So I scooped that one up as my first thing, brand new. Just came out this year, maybe just this month, maybe, I don't know, because it definitely is a new album. I think they got some cover songs on this one too. But I saw them live a bunch of times in the 90s because they were one of the big draws around here in the alternative rock scene, because it was like that. Used to have a lot of festivals and stuff, and or bands coming to, like when I was in college, they'd come to play on campus and stuff. And there was Dash Rip Rock, Better Than Ezra, and Cowboy Mouth. Those were the 3 like local main attraction kind of bands that were playing at everything. Black Sleeve paper, and we've got Cool Label. It is got some paper on it, but they were a big deal for a little while as far as the festival circuit went. I don't hear much about them anymore, and I that's why I thought they might have been gone, done. There's the guitar player and vocal is Bill Davis. He's the one that I know for sure has been in it from the beginning. The other 2, I'm not sure. Izzy Grizzoli, bass and vocals, and Wade Heimel, drums, vocals, piano, organ, glockenspiel, and stylophone. But let's see, there is a... Let's see what songs. I thought there were some covers on here. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'll just show you the track listing. If you know if any of those are maybe covers, there's some that are written by people that aren't in the band, and I think that's the ones. Because when I was looking at it, I was like, oh, that's a cover song. That's a cover song. Now I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't know if this is a cover song or not. But anyway, Dash Rip Rock, a song in Everyone. Real good band. So hopefully that's going to be a real good album. Then the next one, I almost died when I saw it, and because this is one I wanted, and I thought it was such a limited thing that I might not be able to get it because I was unemployed for the last 4 months. And I wanted to get it, and I want to get the next one too, and I could have, but I had to not, because like I said, I was not planning on going over $100, and I just couldn't do it. So because I wanted that Dasher Up Rock, but this one is Quicksand Slip, the 30th anniversary edition, remastered for vinyl from the original 1993 master tapes, Diver Orange Marble Vinyl. Ooh, that's hard to say. I love this album. It's kind of a post-hardcore, not grunge, but of the grunge time frame. This came out 1993. Their second album, I think it's called Manic Compressive or Manic Depressive. I don't remember. They had that one too, and I think it was around the same price. It was $34.99, and I couldn't do another $34.99 to keep on that budget I set myself that day. Absolutely love this back cover picture. So simple, but just love it. They were pretty heavy. I don't remember a lot of people being into them back then, but I do see a lot of people talk about them now. So I don't know if they were one of those bands that got a following later, or I just didn't know anybody that was into them, but I was into them. I was into a lot of stuff that people that I knew were not. I was like the only weirdo in my group. But let's see what this Diver Orange is like. Ooh, it's interesting, kind of splattery, not splatter, kind of splattery, but kind of marble too. It's crazy. It's orange. It's more orange, I think, than it's showing on screen. Some of the labels, they're a little, I don't know what it's going to look like when it uploads, but they didn't really have any big hits, I don't think. Phaser, the first song, I think was, but I'm not sure, but I just remember loving this album, the first two, and then they went away too for a long time, and then apparently they've put out 2 more albums. From like one in like 2017 and one in like I think 2020 maybe, or maybe a little later, something like that. So I never heard those. It had a download card. Boop. Not gonna give you my number. I do have this on CD, but I don't know if the 30th anniversary has something special about it. And then there's an insert. Sometimes they add extra songs and stuff. So lyrics, but definitely want to get listening to this one. I got to bring myself back to being able to listen to music like a normal person. Depression will mess you up, guys. Just let you know. If you never had it, be blessed, because if you get it, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just, maybe go to a psychiatrist or something, but it's not something to play around with. It gets scary sometimes. That. But speaking of scary things and ridiculous things, for $4.99, found this. It's some sort of jazz or blues or probably a little R&B. I'm recognizing some of these names now, but I'm just gonna let you all read what that is. Get this scantily clad young lady on here from the 60s, 1962. Picture of some of the artists. We got Della Reese and Ray Charles and Dorsey Brothers, Sammy Davis Jr., Eddie Condon and his All-Stars, Emil Giles plays Tchaikovsky, Claude Thornhill, the Fabulous Ink Spots, Jazz All-Stars, David Ostrikoff, somebody, Charlie Spivak, Lou Monte, and the Body Endor Quartet, Nora Morales, and I already said Della Reese and Gloria Lynn. So it's kind of a mixture of stuff from the early 60s, but I just thought that was funny, so I had to buy it. Then I went to look at their dollar bin and the 3 for $5 section. I'm just gonna go through these pretty quickly. We got an album by a band that I Don't remember much about, but I had another album by them, so I just figured I'd grab it. In the 3 for 5, the Screaming Blue Messiahs, Gun Shy, kind of a cool looking cover. I think they're kind of a alternative rock band, maybe. I'm not quite 100% sure. 1986, so maybe just some sort of regular rock band. I'm not sure. I can't remember the first album at all. This next band, I've got a couple albums by them. I was never really a big fan of them, but for $1, I'll add another one to my collection. Their biggest hit is, everyone knows, Eye of the Tiger, but this is Survivor, Premonition. I don't even know if there's they got a song. First song is called Chevy Nights. Second song is called Summer Nights. That's always a bad thing when you have two songs in a row with the same kind of wording. It doesn't make any sense to me why bands do that. But I don't know any of these songs as a hit. But Survivor. And then this one just looked cool, and it's some kind of alternative rock band. It's a promo copy of somebody called Dear Mr. President. I listened to one song. It's pretty weird, but they looked like either they could be a hard rock and heavy metal band, or maybe alternative rock. I think they're kind of in between somewhere. I don't know if this one was a colored vinyl or not. No, but it's got the printed inner sleeve. Yeah, black vinyl. So I thought this one was a red vinyl, but apparently I'm wrong. So anyway, those were the 3 for $5 stuff. The dollar bin was a little bare, but I actually got a few things out of it. The first one up is REO Speedwagon live. I think I've got another REO Speedwagon live out record too, because this has got the songs I don't really know on it. This is the early stuff. I was like their mid '80s when they were mega popular. That's when I was into them. But these are songs I just don't really know. I'm gonna show the tracks a little better. If you know any of those. But for 2 LP for $1, and it's REO Speedwagon, it's not gonna be bad. That's pretty cool. This one I got. It's kind of funky. I don't know if it's mold or something on it. It's got something funky on it. So I'm not even going to open it up right now. But it's music from the Big Pink by the band. I believe that's who it is. Music from the Big Pink, the band. Yes. They had this on VC vinyl and whatnot. They had a special edition of this for a long time. They were selling it, and it was kind of expensive. Not that expensive, but I just never would buy it. Never. And then I see this for $1. I was like, I gotta buy that. Just see what it is. Then we've got 2 more. This one's kind of cool. This is also 2 LP. It's British Gold, and it's basically 80s kind of. Well, this is 70s actually. 70s hits. Maybe some of these songs might go back further than that, but I'll read off some of the stuff that's on here if you want to look at that real quick. But we got the Bee Gees, New York Mining Disaster in 1941. We got Layla by Derek and Dominoes. Rock and Roll Madonna by Elton John. The Beatles, Ain't She Sweet. The Hollies, Bus Stop. The Trogs, Wild Thing. Olivia Newton-John, I'm Not For You. Maggie May by Rod Stewart. Groovy Kind of Love by the Mindbenders. Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. You Really Got Me, the Kinks. Sunshine of Your Love, Cream. Love Potion No. 9, Searchers. Deep Purple's Kentucky Woman. Manfred Mann, Do I Diddy. And Albatross for Fleetwood Mac, and there's a couple others that I didn't mention, but so that's a pretty good track listing for that. So that was $1. Then these last 2 I got. One of them is another compilation, and I probably would have got it anyway, even though I have most of these songs already. But I got it mostly because I saw this Foghat. It's just that's self-titled Foghat album. Now I worked in a music store when I was in college, called the Sound Shop. It was kind of a national chain, not a big one, but it was a national chain. And there was this guy there. His name was Greg, and he was the assistant manager. Greg was about, I don't know, 45, 50 years old back then. And that was in '98. So I don't know if Greg's still around. Hope he is. But Greg was like a musical. He knew everything. Like you could name a band, he could tell you something about them. No matter almost any genre. And but Greg lived with his mom at that time, and it was always kind of weird. The way he talked about it, but I don't know if she was sick or anything. I just know he was a 45-year-old man and living at his mom's house with a massive music collection, as far as I knew, and supposedly he had one little tiny room. So I don't know, but I got that because he always described them as the most boring band in the world. Now I don't know any songs by them except one, and I've picked up this pure rock compilation as well, because it includes Foreigner, the Doobie Brothers, Pat Benatar, and Styx, and the last song is Slow Ride by Foghat, which is the only song I know by them, and it's not on that album. But this has Head Games by Foreigner, Hot Legs by Rod Stewart, Any Way You Want It by Journey, Baby Hold On by Eddie Money, Straight On by Heart, Long Train Running by Doobie Brothers, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Pat Benatar, Grand Illusion by Styx, Jane by Jefferson Starship, Don't Look Back by Boston, Jungle Love by Steve Miller Band, Cat Scratch Fever by Ted Nugent, and Tush by ZZ Top, and then finally Slow Ride by Foghat. So this one ought to be pretty good. I mean, I like 90% of those songs. I like them. So, and I do like the song Slow Ride, but I don't know anything else by Foghat. I know they were kind of big in the 80s. I know there was a lot of concerts and stuff that were around that they played at, festivals and stuff, but I don't know. I just remember Greg just said they're the most boring band ever. Don't ever go see them. And I never did. Next up, we've got some stuff that I thought I was going to miss out on from VC Vinyl. They had some stuff that I really wanted to get, but I wasn't working until a couple weeks ago when I started doing DoorDash. And what I told myself I would do is I would dedicate one day to get some of those records. I'd go work DoorDash, make $100, and try to use that for some records, and then I was going to just start working and doing DoorDash. And DoorDash is not a good thing to do when you got a car that is 13 years old with no air conditioning in Louisiana. But what they did do for me is get me caught up on my NXS collection. First one I got is NXS X. This one has Suicide Blonde, Disappear, The Stairs, By My Side, Bitter Tears, and Hear That Sound. I think those were all the singles off of that one. This is one of their better albums. I'm not going to say their best because Kick is probably the best, but this is probably top 3, maybe 4 albums. I'd have to rank them, but I was glad to get that one. So I got that one, and then that was the only one I got. And then came back, and I was like, okay, well, I'll try again next time, because I was not going to overbid them. I think that one I paid, I had a coupon for that one, so I paid, it was $12, but I got $5 off, so I paid $7 for that one. Then I got 3 more from them, their debut album, which I've never heard this one yet. Haven't played it. I don't think I know any songs by them on this album. There's no hits as far as I can tell, but this one's just called NXS. I don't know, probably didn't even open this one yet. Yeah, I did. But I'm not gonna pull them out on these. Then I got this one for $10 as well, and it's Elegantly Wasted. Now this one, Elegantly Wasted is spelled wrong on the spine, so it's that edition. Can you see it? elegantly is spelled wrong. It's showing up very well. But this one's okay. It's not their best. Elegantly Wasted is the big hit. I think that's the only hit maybe off of this one. They might have had some smaller stuff. Then the last one is one that it's not one of my favorite albums by them, but I got it. It's Full Moon Dirty Hearts, and it puts me at, I think I have everything on vinyl except the last two things that don't know that they are on vinyl. The Switch, and then there's this one they did like a covers album, was their last final album. I think it was a covers album, or maybe they had guest stars or something. I don't know, something. But this one I'm going to show because it came and it was scratched. Brand new, out of the package. It's got some dust on it, but I don't know if you can see it. I saw it. So you see right there and right there, there's scratches. They don't skip, but they pop a little bit. And then on this side, the other side, there's a weird little divot. It's got a lot of dust on it right now, but right there's like a divot in there. It didn't skip or anything, and it did pop once or twice on that. So I want to clean it. I'm going to try to play with the toothpick thing and see if I can clear that out completely. But I tried to get a refund for this from Whatnot, because these came from VC Vinyl, all these that I'm showing you at the moment. But Whatnot said that they would give me the refund, but I had to send it back. Well, that's fine. I'll send it back. But the way they did it was they sent me a PDF of a return sticker thing instead of sending me a sticker in the mail. So then I was like, well, I don't have any way to print that. So I told them, I said, look, I can't send this back because I can't print it. I said, there's no way for me to print this right now. I don't have a printer, and I'm not going to pay anybody to print it. And their thing was, oh, bring it to the post office. They'll print it for you. No, they won't. If I brought it to the post office, they would. First of all, they wouldn't probably be open, because the one around here, it seems like it's never open when I try to go there. But they wouldn't. They weren't going to print that for me. They don't do much of anything when you ask them over there. So I was just like, oh well, I'll just keep it and try to fix it. It's, if I don't have it returned by tomorrow, I don't get the refund, and I'm not going to have it returned by tomorrow. So then the last one, oh no, that's not the last one. I got a couple more. I got this one the other day for $2, 2 LP. I just got this one in today, actually. It's called Bad Flower. No Place Like Home, and it's on pure cloudy color vinyl. This is a pretty cool band. I have their second album, and now their third. I don't have the first one. But $2, I can't believe I got it for $2. But for some reason, this one is not. People are not bidding it up on Whatnot on VC Vinyl right now for this one. And the next one I'm going to show is the same thing. I just didn't get it as cheap, but I got it cheap. Okay, so. But $2 for 2 LP. We got something going on here. I don't know any of the songs on this one, but I like the other one. It was kind of a heavy alternative rock kind of stuff. I just messed this one up. Kind of cool. Liner notes. Very white vinyl. Cool label. I think it's the same exact on that side. The other record is exactly the same. That. Need to get a sleeve for that. Then got this one, I did open it. This one I got, and I'm surprised nobody's bidding high on these either. At least under, all these are going for like $8 or $9. I got this one for $7. The new Offspring album, Supercharged. Haven't heard this one yet. Their last one was pretty good. They'd love to put these skeletons and stuff in their album art. So I don't know where that came along, what album that started with, but it's been there a while. I got this. I think these pictures each go with the song, because they do have song titles. So yeah, each one had a song title, and then we've got liner notes, lyrics maybe. Yeah, some lyrics. That one's the lyrics are here. This is just plain black vinyl with that cool label. So definitely, I was surprised to get this when I bid on it. One other person bid on it, and I think that was about it. And then I got it. And then after that, I just started noticing everybody was getting them real cheap. So I was like, well, can't beat that. And then I've got two records that I won giveaways. One of them I haven't opened. I'm not going to ever open, I don't think. And it's called Mas Tiempo. Can't Play Myself, a tribute to Amy Skepta. Limited press yellow etched vinyl. I'm not going to see what the etching is. It's kind of nice cover. It looks like it might be some kind of gospel music, but I don't think it is. But it's only one song. I was like, man, if I'm going to win something, give me at least 3 or 4 songs. But it's one song on it, and I looked it up. I don't know, but the corners are bent up and stuff. So I can't even trade this in. I mean, if I bring it to them, it's one song. I don't know what they would even give me for that. So I'm not too concerned about that one. And then the other one I won is one that I had won a previous album by this woman. She's kind of blues, I guess. I'm not sure. Bella White, Just Like Leaving. I listened to this one once. I like the cover. The cover's nice. The back cover is plain. It's just paper sleeve. Pretty good. I listened to it once, and like I said, I was so messed up over the last 4 months. I don't remember what I listened to. I think it was kind of bluesy something. I don't think it was country. It might have had a little bit. Might have been a little bit country. I'm not sure. But I've won 2 albums by Bella White from them. And I think she's only got a couple more than that. So that was that. Then I went to the little like antique store they have around here that has notoriously high-priced records, that are in very, very poor condition. But every now and then they have stuff that I like to get. I can't ever remember the name of it. But these were just sitting in a pile, like they were in the record bins, which is a mess, and there's usually stuff piled on top of them. But they were like a bunch of singles, 7-inch, shoved in one little spot. And then I found a couple more later, but the prices on them were so high, I only got 2. But I was trying to I know these are like probably 90s, but maybe some 80s too, punk rock singles that I would like to save them if I could, from getting destroyed in there, because they're going to get destroyed eventually. But I just figured, well, like I said, my money is not there yet, because I hadn't started my new job yet. But I wanted to try to get what I could. And when I walked in that place, I was like, there's no way I'm spending more than $20 in this place today. Well, I lied, and I spent 23, I think, or 24. But the 2 records I got, because I bought a couple comic books too, from the old days, like real old comics that were bad shape, but I wanted them for $2 or something. But they had this one. It's called The Fine Lines Looking Everywhere. Now, there's a price tag on there, right? You see that? I don't know what that number is, but in the back. But I put it in the sleeve because it was just paper. But this one, I think it's worth, in mid-range condition, I think it's worth $9. I asked her, I said, what is that price? The lady, because she doesn't put the prices. I guess it's her son that owns the place, and he overprices everything. I don't know where he got that price, because I don't think it's worth that. I think it's worth 10. But I said, is that $2 or $20? And she goes, I don't know what that is. And I said, yeah, me either, but it looks like it said $5.99 underneath it. And then, for the original Rocket Scientist store, and somebody wrote, it looks like it could be $2 or it could be $20. And she goes and looks it up online, and she just says, well, $10. So I think it's worth $9, but I said, okay, I'll do it. Because I wanted to save it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's any good or not. But it's got 4 songs on it. It's got this little promotional something or other. Don't worry, baby, Licorice Tree gonna treat you right. That's the name of the record company, I guess. And it's just 45. This one, I believe I put the sleeve on it too. I don't think it had a sleeve at all. Maybe one of them did. I don't know. But it's definitely going to be some sort of punk rock. I don't know if it's heavy punk rock or like alternative rock style or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I wanted to save it, so I did. So save that one. And then the other one that I saved, this one did have a price written on it, and I didn't see it at first, and I hate that they write on these albums. This one was in, open too, but I got this one because I thought the name was funny, and then I realized it wasn't just one band. So this is the Devil Dogs Foo King Food Shop. It's Tattooed Apathetic Boys is the song. There's only one song by them on this. And I didn't realize it until I was about to check out that the other side was a different band, the New Bomb Turks. This one has, it says Dogs on 45 medley, and it's got Rock City USA Action Backstage and Rock City USA again special disco mix is what it is written down the side. Now, this is from 1993. And this is Italian pressing as well, so I don't want to get. Yeah, this is the one I put the sleeve on. So, why they only did one song on this side, and then the other band did 4, I don't know. But the New Bomb Turks, I have several songs by them from the Punkorama compilations they used to put out. I don't have all of those, but I've got a decent amount of them, maybe 5 or 6. Maybe a couple more, and I've got like 4 or 5 songs by them already, but none of these. So this is the first official thing I have for that band. They're a punk rock band. They're kind of fast, kind of punky. And then the last thing I've got, I was watching this guy's show, and one night, and it got to be ridiculous how much I won. Free stuff. I bought 1 record, but I won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other records I won. Just by my name getting picked. I don't think he didn't have a lot of people in his show, but it was so ridiculous. And this happened right before I got laid off. So the one I bought, and I think I paid $6 for it, was Sheriff. And the thing about Sheriff was they were the band who broke up and then like 2 years later had a hit song, and then they didn't get back together, as far as I know. And I still haven't listened to it, so I don't know what the condition it is, but the song is When I'm With You. If you were around in the late 80s, you know that song, because it was massive. It was super power ballad. It was on all the time. I don't think there was a video, because like I said, they didn't get back together. But the song was on the radio constantly. And I loved it, and other people thought it was terrible, want to see what year this was because I know it didn't come out that year, the single, but I can't read it. But anyway, Sheriff. So, you know, I wanted it for that song, and it's a clean copy too. So it's nice. But then the stuff I started winning. Oh wait, you know what? I didn't win 6. I won 5 because I got this one, and I think I paid like $2 for it. It's called California USA. It's a compilation. I don't know who else is on it, but there's a Jan and Dean song, and I like Jan and Dean. The Jan and Dean Yellow Balloon. I don't know that song, but I like them. But it's all like surf music, I think. There's the Euclid Beach Band. There's no surfing in Cleveland, but I got that. That's the track listing. Maybe you guys can see it. So that was the other one. I bought that one. So the rest of these I won free of charge, and I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're any good. Some of them are sealed, have not touched yet. 4 of them are sealed actually, and 1 of them is loose. The loose one is Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. Ask Rufus. This record is scratched up. Probably won't play well. I don't even know if there was a hit on this. I don't know. I know she had some hits back in the day, but I don't know. But it's scratched, so I don't know how well that was. But these 4 are all sealed, and I don't know what they are, what type of music they are, or anything. But this is Dreamin' Wild, the original motion picture soundtrack. Might be rock because the guy's playing a guitar on the front and the back. It looks like. But I don't know any of these artists on the back either, so this might not even be an American release. I mean, it could be, but I don't know. It's got an Obi strip kind of thing on it down the side. So that one. Then we got Mary Ellen Kirk, Feather and a Leaf, Untied Records presents. She's pretty too on the back. We'll see that in a second. Have no clue what this is. Haven't opened it. Not going to open it today either. Then we've got 200-gram LP. Includes download exclusive bonus track Chris Walla tape loops. File under Quiet Offline, whatever that is. And this is like, you know, just a cheapo plastic thing. And then this one is Private Press Christmas. Well, this one's not sealed. Oh, it's sealed. Let's see something. This one's on white vinyl. Oh no, this is even a nicer vinyl than white. It's like a clear smoky vinyl. Not clear, but translucent. Then it's got, what's it got? It's got this card in here that's suitable for framing, I guess. Nothing much to it, it's just that. And we've got some hard to see stuff here. This one, let's see what it's got on it. Sporty Lee, the Christmas song, the world record, Christmas Treat, Peppermint, the Woolley Family, I Pray on Christmas, Sun Bears, Wonderful Christmas Time, Oh Hellos, Movement 2, Begin and Never Cease, Branches, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, Ortoland, Christmas, Old Lang Syne, The Parson Redheads, Oh Holy Night, Kevin Lee Florence, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and Holly Ann River. So I know some of the songs because they're Christmas songs, but I don't know any of these artists on here. And that, my friends, is it. Oh yeah, that's it. That's all I got recently in the last 4 months, which a lot of it was in the last week and a half, you know, or so. But I'm not gonna go crazy. I hope buying right now. I need to get on my feet. I need to get some money saved because, you know, if I lose this job, which I don't think I'm going to, but you never know. I got to have some money in the bank because there won't be any 401k plan. I don't think. I mean, they didn't say anything about that when I signed up today, and so there's not going to be that. And then I don't know. I don't even have insurance right now, and I got to wait 60 days before I can get insurance through this company. So we'll see. But so that's it. I kept it under an hour. I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully sooner than 4 months. That's it. Bye.